Well, guess what? I'm supposed to be live again. I don't know what happened when the power went out and I lost those YouTube channels. I don't understand that. Um, Very difficult to figure this out. I don't know where to. I guess settings is where I'll have to go back to. What's that say? No, that's a level settings. I have to go offline to do that. I guess. Anyhow, boys and girls, you saw the Super Bowl yesterday. Mediocre game, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. Little difficult to watch because one of my viewing partners is quite loud, but it was all right. No problem. You know, uh, could have been better. Could have been worse. I enjoyed it. Not a big deal. Um, Of course, when you look at the betting situation now, you begin to wonder whether these games are real or not. But that was number 60 for me. It's the 60th. It's the 60th Super Bowl, and it's the 60th one I've watched on TV. And I tell you the story. The first one was the day before my first day of basic training at Fort Dix. So and my 21st birthday was the next day. So this is 21st birthday, a Super Bowl, first Super Bowl, and basic training. Oh God, that was a wonderful day. All right. In the posted video, I discussed the fact that Trump is getting nuttier and nuttier by the day, but I don't really know if they're willing to do anything. You see, that they've got if they do something, they know J.D. Vance is next in line, and they don't want him. I've seen attempts to supposedly attempts. You can't believe anything you can't even believe this on YouTube, really. But uh, they, I don't know how I could prove that, but no, never mind. Anyhow, um, they're not looking forward to J.D. Vance or anybody, taking his place, and there's a possibility that they will try to impeach both of them. And I don't think it's ever been done, and I don't think it'll work. But you can try. Nobody wants to throw the country into that kind of chaos. But Trump has to go, uh, along with his advisor, Stephen Miller, and what is it? Thiel's is the advisor for J.D. Vance. Has to go. Look, I always talk about the movie. I tell you to go watch it or find it or to read the book or whatever called Rollerball. So now Musk says, I'm not going to live on Mars anymore. I'm going to we're going to colonize the moon, which means if they do that, which could be done in a much shorter period of time because it's closer. If they do that, what you're going to end up with is planet Earth being a slave colony, you know, and we'll have to wait and see what they do with that. But I don't think I'll be around for that. But that's okay. Um, I didn't talk about this on the other side of the coin there, but I'm a big. I don't know who, if you any of you will know who this man is, Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe was a Native American Indian who competed in the Olympics and won the decathlon and the pentathlon in the same Olympics, which is pretty freaking difficult to do. Set records in a couple of events at the time, which was 19 something or 30 something. Anyhow, he is a legend and a boyhood hero of mine. I never decided I wanted to be the athlete that he was. That's not why I was. He was my hero. He was my hero because he overcame adversities and nobody liked him. They liked him, but they took away his Olympic medals, and he didn't get them until they were restored posthumously to him. And then they said he was tied, and then it turned out he wasn't tied. He won those Olympics by himself, individual champion. They've been screwing with him for a long time, and I guess that's why he's one of my heroes. He knew how to deal with adversity. He was just an amazing, amazing man. Whatever he touched, he could do. He played 6 seasons of baseball. He played for the New York Giants, the baseball team, not the football team. But like 6 years. Uh, the pentathlon and the decathlon. He was from the Sac and Fox tribe. He was just, it was just an amazing athlete. He was also, he went to Carlisle College, which was at the time basically an American Indian school, and he went to that and he graduated and he got scholarships, professional contracts and whatever after that. The Olympics, the reason they took the medals away from him is because he played a couple of games or a couple of seasons, and I'm not sure whether it was a Central baseball team or softball. I think it was baseball team, and he got paid like 50 cents or something a game or something. He didn't make a ton of money, and that's what they had to do. They had to pay all their own expenses back then. He had two different shoes, old beat up shoes that he ran in and everything. He was just that great an athlete. Uh, but I don't understand the reason for that. There's a lot of protest about it because the sport had nothing to do with baseball was not an Olympic sport or anything like that. But because he got paid, he was considered a professional athlete. That was bullshit. They just didn't like the fact that he was better than everybody else. And when I say better than everybody else, I mean he was better than everybody else. So that's that. That's one of my boyhood. That was a boyhood hero of mine, And I can't remember the other guy's name. It was an Olympic pole vaulter that was on the. I got to like him because he was on the Wheaties box. That's how you made. This was long. He did it before. He was right. He was a world record holder and he was an Olympic champion before they came out with the fiberglass poles. So he was jumping 15 feet or something like that. But this is all stuff that I love. I can't help it. I just like the underdogs. But these guys weren't underdogs. These guys were just great athletes. And I never tried to make myself into any of these people. I really, yes, I just admired them because they were underdogs and they were good. I never attempted pole vaulting in my life, and I had a pole vaulter that was a hero. And of course, I think in one of those, either the pentathlon or the decathlon, the pole vault exists. I don't know. I ran track and field one year. I went in as a shot putter and gave up. But people saw me that saw me run. They said I should have been going out for the broad jump because I was able to jump great distances at the time. My legs were the strongest part of my body. They're the weakest part of my body right now. But when I was growing up, they were the strongest part of my body. Could lift the front end of a car off the ground. So they were very strong. That's probably why they don't work right now. But anyhow, I he's just a hero. You have heroes, and then you have people you can't stand from the first minute you heard or talked to them. And I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. At one point in time, I actually admired Donald Trump's business acumen, and then I discovered what he was really about. And I can't stand it. I could never be in this. I said this, probably around when he's talking about being president in 2000. I'll go back and say I probably said it somewhere in the neighborhood of 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. And I could never be in the same room with that man because the temptation to punch him in the face would be just far too great, and I wouldn't be able to stop it. So I don't ever want to be in the same room with that man. And then now you don't want to be in the same room with that man because he smells bad. Which is really a shame that he let his personal habits get so bad. And he has no empathy for anybody else, and he thinks he's smarter than everybody else, and he has never proven to me that he's smarter than anybody else. I've watched him get outmaneuvered by Putin, uh, Kim, Zai, uh, and he obviously gets outmaneuvered in business. But everybody says, they try to throw that in his face, the fact that he bankrupted all these businesses and everything like that over his career. And basically, he goes in as like the mafia goes in. He takes their assets and uses them, and then he sells them. And when there's no assets left, he bankrupts the company, and then he still makes money. You know, so that's just I don't know. That's just why I can't get around the man. I don't like his politics now. Obviously, I don't agree with anything he's doing, and I see it, and I've seen it because I'm an avid reader and an avid moviegoer when I was younger, and I could get to go to the movies with girls or even my friends. Um, and I'd watch these movies, and then I remember them. And as I'm remembering them, I'm seeing trends in history go the same direction towards what this movie was about. The basis of this movies. I'm saying, Jesus Christ, man, we are really a fucked up world. We are really fucked up. We're screwed beyond belief. Uh, the what is it, 20 or 30 years survival of the human race? That's before, or 20 or 30 years before we start having food fights and stuff. And around these food fights are going to be done with machetes and machine guns. Uh, it's coming. There's nothing, and we're doing nothing to stop it. And then the common people have the power to do that, and they're the ones that should be trying to get this to. They're the ones that are going to be the most affected by this. Should try to stop it, but they don't. They let the rich people continue on their destruction of the planet, and that's why I've always believed that there's got to be some other planet that has people on it or something in the universe, and that if UFOs really exist and these people far exceed our intelligence, and that's why we don't. That's why they don't land and talk to us because we're beyond hope, or we were an experiment gone bad. You know, an experimental DNA was placed on this planet, and to see what would happen over a period of centuries or millenniums, and yeah, we developed into human beings and intelligent people, and the problem is that we aren't that intelligent. We are self-destructive. That's why I always worry about it. That's what my big worry with AI is, because eventually they're going to ask AI to protect this planet. Because Trump is stupid like that. He doesn't want to pay people, so he'll robots to do it, and he'll just start killing people because we are the greatest threat to this planet. This planet is doomed because of us. And with us goes most of the animal life because it'll be consumed by us because there's just no food left anywhere. There'd be a few dogs and cats. That's okay. They get along when they have to, and they're highly intelligent, and there's a lot of empathy in them. My dog's got a lot of empathy for other dogs, sick dogs and stuff like that, and other people, injured people and stuff like that. She's very good that way. So anyhow, that's uh, that's it for me today. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Go find a way to sign up so that you get notifications. When I do something on my channel, including this is one of the things you'll get a notification. I get an email that's sitting in my inbox right now saying that I'm on live. So that's what you'll get. Nothing that's going to cost you money. In the meantime, have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.